forward. It's a lot of information at once, so it helps because you can just record it and not have to worry about it. So
yeah,
we're gonna get your shoe from here to like this. So you're gonna get this package, and it's gonna come with one long piece of ribbon and one long piece of elastic. Okay? So what you're gonna have her do is, can you please pull your tight back down for me? You're gonna imagine she's put on her toe pads. Okay.
Okay.
We don't need to do that now because I'm just showing you.
Okay.
So you can just do one, babe. Yeah. I just pull the shoe off. Don't worry, I'm not gonna make you go up in them. So you'll have her put on her toe pads and pull her tights over, and you'll have her place her shoes. You're going to want to have Miss Jordan check the shoes first. Okay. Our motto is always show before you sew to make sure that your teacher approves of them in case she wants us to exchange them out. Okay. Yeah. So you'll have her put it on. You can see just from like taking the pad off like how much room there is in the shoe now. So that's why we really stress not changing anything about your pads.
Especially like back here.
Oh yeah, there's a ton now. Pads make a lot of difference. So you'll have her put it on, and then you're going to pull this drawstring. The point of the drawstring isn't to keep the heel on, it's to streamline this side here. So you're just going to pull it just enough to really tuck in the sides. Okay? So I'm not going to do it all the way now because you don't have your toe pads on. You're going to pull it all the way, you're going to double knot it, and then I recommend leaving some of it because as she grows, you're going to want to loosen that drawstring later. So don't cut it all the way off. Cut some of it, and then you'll keep it tucked underneath the shoe when she's dancing, okay? Now go ahead and take it off for me. So we've done this on both sides. We've pulled the drawstring and double knotted it. Then you're going to take the back, and you're going to fold it down against the shank here. Okay. When you're placing your elastic, you don't want it to be too close to the heel because you don't want it pinching the Achilles in the back. But you don't want it so far away that it's not holding the heel of the shoe on. So a really good placement is right on the outside of the shank here is where you want to place your elastic. So just like this. Okay. And then you'll place it on the inside, so it's like this.
Okay, and sew it there.
And sew it right there. A good thing about this shoe is it has this reinforced heel lining. Can you see that? So you can start it right on the outside of that heel lining. It's about the same distance away.
Okay.
As measuring it down. Another way that we suggest is a thumb's width, but everyone has a different thumb.
Right.
So folding right on the outside of this little casing is perfect. So if you imagine on the inside, it's right there. Yeah? So then what you'll do is you'll get a safety pin. You'll pin this in place and have her put the shoe back on. So go ahead and put it on for me. You'll imagine, you'll probably want to do that one, babe.
Just do the one.
Okay. You'll imagine that I've safety pinned this down into place. You want to make sure that when you're pinning it, that you are pinning it probably, I don't know, I'm not good with measurements, that far down into the shoe. Sorry, I zoomed in, I don't know if I just ruined it. So you don't want it super close to the edge in case it frays, it doesn't get apart, but you don't want it so far down that you're losing a lot of elastic. So, that much. Okay. It's a good indicator.
Okay. Yeah.
So make sure you're pinning it far enough down that when you're going to measure your elastic right now that you're accounting for that extra material, okay?
Does it matter if you pin it on the inside or the outside?
No, not really, as long as you make sure to put it back in the same place.
Please pin it on the outside because I don't want a big bump in the shoe.
It's going to be sewn on the inside.
This is just a pin that holds it in place, and then we sew it, and then we take the pin off.
So, go ahead and you can shift it for this way. There you go. So, if we're on here, that way you don't have to support it. If you imagine that this is pinned into place on the outside, you're going to measure it around her ankle. So you don't want it so tight that it's cutting in, but you don't want it loose so that it smooths it all.
Yeah.
So a really good way, and this is not technical at all, it's just a good way to describe it, is a little pull like that, and then lay it flat. Usually does it nice and snug.
Yeah.
That's pretty good. Yeah?
Yeah.
Yep. So I usually try to do it just a little snug because I find that I lose a little bit of elasticity when I sew it.
Okay.
For whatever reason. So I always go a little bit on the snug side. So the most important thing is it's going to be different when she points her foot versus when she flexes her foot. So if you do it to where it's tight here, a lot of times when she points her foot, it becomes loose. So you want to make sure that it's tight on both directions. Okay? So then I usually mark the other side so I know where I'm measuring it to, and then you're going to take it. It's going to be about that long. And then you'll have a little bit left over. We always leave a little bit left over.
Yeah.
Okay? So that's about how long. It'll change just a little bit because she's going to have her pad on, so the distance will be a little different. Okay?
And as far as sewing, can I have your point shoe, Ari, and maybe the other one? Or?
And you can take that off. We're done with measuring.
Okay, so let's see. So we're going to go in here, and it goes right there. Do you just suggest sewing it along the bottom or on each side, or does it matter?
The most important thing is you don't want to sew through this casing because, as I mentioned earlier, you want to be able to loosen it later.
Right.
So the highest you want to sew is along this bottom line here, okay? So what I do is I start here and I sew, I'm going to just move your thumb real quick, sorry. So I sew up the side right here, and then I do a line down, and I sew up this side, and I do a line down, and I sew across the bottom. So it creates a little X.
Oh,
Okay.
perfect.
And then it's not going to be sewn in at the top here. So what you'll be able to see is this will kind of pull apart just a little bit.
Okay.
But when she has the shoe on, it'll all lay flat, and you won't be able to see that. But that way you can loosen the casing. When she's done growing, you can sew through that casing, no problem.
Okay.
But since we have growing room, we're going to want to loosen the drawstring later.
So Daniel did get a video of this, but just to make sure, so you do a line here and then up, and a line here and then across, but not one across.
I don't do
the
one across
top.
there.
Not even under it.
And what she said, she starts at the corner
Okay.
and goes up and then across, and then goes up and then across the bottom.
Okay.
If you start at that top, I think it works. Whatever works. As long as you get the X, I find the X to be really important. Now the little center line, the X might get loose, but the important part is that it's all connected. You have a lot of safety guards in case one piece of thread breaks.
Right.
Yep. Machine. So don't get stressed out by it because it looks really nice, but you can see kind of that little X material.
Yeah.
Yeah. No one can sew this neat. It was definitely a machine.
Yeah.
But this dancer went through 1 million shoes a week, so she had to sew it on a machine. And then she didn't do it on the ribbon for whatever reason. But I recommend on the ribbon too. So on the ribbon.
Okay. So the next part is the ribbon.
Next part is the ribbon. So you'll see some dancers when they fold this down like this, they suggest putting the ribbon on this crease here.
Okay.
I think that's a little far back. I suggest it right on the inside of this seam here.
Okay.
It's not a huge difference as you can see, but like here to here can really matter. So
Yeah.
it's lined up right with this seam here.
Mom, can we go buy some gold bond?
Maybe so.
The point of the ribbon is to pull the shank into her arch, and if the shoe's fitted correctly, this seam's gonna line right up with her arch.
Okay.
So you want to sew the ribbon right on the inside of this seam here, and then it'll pull that nice and tight.
And does the seam need to be parallel with the stitch?
No, you can do it. You can lay it right over. So if you pretend, where did I put my? Oh, you have the elastic. May I? Thanks. I was like, where did I put it? If you pretend that this is your ribbon, I just lay it straight over here.
Okay.
You will see some dancers will. I'm trying to think of how I put them on. Some dancers will angle them a certain direction, and that keeps it from creasing along the edge. I say don't angle them in the first place because it's a lot harder to get that angle down right. And as your foot grows, the angle will need to be changed.
Yeah.
So I usually say just sew it straight up and down, and then you can adjust that later.
Okay.
The creasing that they worry about is that when it folds, it might like crease in the corner here, but you should be okay. So it's just gonna go there, and again, it goes on the inside and a little bit down. Now the important part with the ribbon is that because it's a satin material, it's going to fray. So you're going to take the ribbon, you're going to cut it into 4 equal pieces, and then you're going to take a lighter to the edge of it so it doesn't fray, okay? So you can see even from where we cut it, it starts to fray a little bit, okay? Whoops, as I unravel the whole thing. So with this, what you want to do is you want to sew it so that the satin is on the outside, and the rough part, you see how it's satin on one and matte on the other, goes to the inside. So it'll be like, let me try it around for you. It'll be like this. So matte on the outside,
Right.
and satin on the inside.
Okay.
Okay. So with that, you're going to. This is the trickiest part. You want to fold it twice into the shiny. I know there's a lot. That's why I was like, I'm really glad you're recording. So you're going to fold it once, and then twice, like this.
Yeah.
So that if that fraying happens, it's not gonna come undone.
Right.
Yep. So the reason you fold it into the shiny is now when I place it, the fold is in. Side the shoe like that.
Okay.
Okay. And then you just do the same, a little X around it.
Okay.
Good. It's super important that you do that fold because it will fray and it will just come right out.
Yeah.
Okay, and then you're done.
Okay.
You're done. Your teacher might have you cut the ribbon a little bit shorter.
So just one on one side, but you said 4 equal parts.
Yep, because you have 2 shoes.
Right. Exactly.
4 equal parts. Now, this is a really great example. The only thing that I don't like about it is she sewed her elastic too close. Every dancer again needs different support. That's really close to the Achilles, so it can cause a lot of pinching and tendinitis. So you want to make sure you're farther away. This dancer probably needed the extra support in her heel.
Like you have it out here.
I do have it out there. She has it very, very close. And I borrowed this. I took this shoe from her mainly because I wanted to show how soft the box gets.
Yeah.
So this is a good thing for you to feel too.
Okay.
Okay. Questions on sewing?